Oh man, so I have been eyeing this camera for the longest time, and after finally just watching enough videos on it, I was convinced that I wanted this camera. It was just a matter of saving up for the camera itself, and I finally did it. We have the Canon EOS C70, and the funny thing is that I almost ordered it on B&H like I do with all my other camera gear, but something told me to check my local Sammy's camera, so I called them right before I hit the place order button, and I got on the phone with Frank. I'm like, Frank, do you guys have any C70s in stock? And they had one left. So he reserved it for me. I went and picked it up, and here we are. We have the Canon C70, and today we are going to unbox it. All right, so here we have the box. Clearly it's not in a package box because I didn't order it online. It came like this. So let's go ahead and lift up the top. I have my second angle right here, and gonna lift up this little thing right here. And first off, we have the warranty card. Warranty card is right here, and we have the manual. And honestly, I hardly ever read the manuals to my camera, but this one right here, I think I might take the time to do that. Let's go ahead and lift up this portion right here. So first we have the battery charger that's in this plastic right here. I'm gonna go ahead and sit that to the side. This looks like a battery charging cord. Gonna go ahead and sit that to the side as well. I wonder if there's anything under here. No, there isn't, but here is a strap. I think that's the strap that goes on the side of the camera. Could be a shoulder strap. We'll open up and see here in a second. What else do we have? We got some, looks like mounting screws, because I do think that it comes with a handle. The handle would be right here. And I believe this mounts onto the hot shoe. Don't know for certain yet, but I'm assuming it does. We'll see here in a second. Throw all this to the side. What else we got? I'm gonna lift up this plastic right here. What else we got? Oh, what's this? Maybe it's an AC adapter for the camera. Maybe I'm wrong. Again, we'll see here in a second. I'm assuming this is the battery here. This is the BP A30 battery. I believe it lasts about 3 hours. That's what all the YouTubers have said in their videos. Mic holder. This is something I was kind of curious about too, if it were to come with a mic holder, because I do want to mount my Rode NTG 4 Plus to it, if it will fit. So that's it right there. And last but not least, oh my goodness. This is the crown achievement of my YouTube / filmmaker career, if you want to call it that. It is the Canon C70, and holy crap, this thing is massive. So it does come with the hand strap right here on the side of it. So I guess that strap that I took out earlier is a shoulder strap. This thing is massive. The screen is so big. Look at the size of that screen. Oh my goodness, dude, I am so excited right now. Let me take all of this trash off my desk, and we're gonna talk a little about this camera here in a second. So I was actually right about this being an AC adapter. It's kind of weird for me because every camera I've ever owned came with a charger like this. You just pop out the prongs and you plug it into the wall, but this obviously requires a lot more. I'm just gonna do this, but you just plug in this cord to the AC adapter, and then from the AC adapter you plug that into the charger itself, and then obviously you just plug it into the wall. One cool thing about this is that the camera has a DC adapter port, so you can plug it directly into the wall and you'll have an unlimited power source. Okay, honestly, I cannot get over the size of this camera. This thing is absolutely massive. Right now I'm shooting on my Canon EOS R6, but I do have the R here, and they're kind of close in size. The R6 is slightly bigger, but look at this size comparison. Look at that. It's crazy. This thing is huge. So I said earlier, let me get a chair real quick. This will be easier with a chair. Okay. this'll be better. So earlier I said that I want to be able to rig my Rode NTG4 Plus that I'm using right now to this camera because it does feature 2 XLR ports. The C70 does require an XLR female to a mini XLR male cable to plug in this microphone. I literally just ordered one on Amazon because of course I'm not prepared. What I should have done, I should have just ordered it when I made the decision to buy the camera because I probably would have had it by now. I also would like to rig my Atomos Ninja 5 to this camera as well, and the good news about that is that it does just require a standard HDMI cable to plug into the port, and I have plenty of those. So I'm not going to bore you all with the specs on this camera because by now you've either read about them all or you've watched plenty of YouTube videos about it like I have, but I do want to tell you guys why I chose to go with the C70. So I'm going to go through this list as fast as I can, but the first reason I bought this camera was the ability to shoot 120 frames in 4K, and that's just something that I can't get with the R6. If I want to shoot 120 frames with the R6, I have to knock it down to 1080, and I really don't like upsizing my videos to get the 4K resolution. So hopefully with this camera, the 4K 120 will be super sharp and super smooth. Of course, I'll have to test that out. The second reason is because of the 16 stops of dynamic range that Canon claims that this camera has, and it'll be interesting to test out as well, especially because the native ISO to this camera is 800, so I'd be interested to see what the noise is like in the shadows, if there's any at all. And speaking of dynamic range, I finally have the ability to shoot in C-Log 2 and 3. Again, this is something that the R6 does not offer. It only offers C-Log 1, so I'm really excited to shoot with this thing and color correct the picture out of this camera. I'll be doing a test on that too. I'm gonna be testing all the things and making video about all the things when it comes to this camera. It's funny because as I'm editing this video, they just announced the firmware update for the R6 that gives it C-Log 3, and I literally just said it doesn't have C-Log 2 or 3, but C-Log 3 is in there now, so maybe I'll test that out as well. We'll see. Back to the video. And then there is the Builtin ND Filter, and after talking with a couple of people about it, Sam Holland and Filmed by Fresh Courtney, they say it's an absolute game changer. I don't have the camera powered right now because clearly I'm charging the battery, but right here you can see the ND Filter buttons. So it's gonna be really interesting using these and not having to throw a filter on top of the lens or having the filter drop-in adapter behind the lens on the R6 or the R. Lastly, this camera has fans, so I know that it's not going to overheat. I didn't tell you guys this, but my R6 did overheat when I was making a video about the scooter a couple weeks ago. It was about 80 degrees outside. I was in my garage filming it, and after about 20 minutes of filming, it overheated on me. So that probably means when it comes to my YouTube videos, not the videos that I do outside of YouTube, but my YouTube videos, this might be the A camera while the R6 will be the B camera. And did I mention that it does not have a record time limit? That's something the R5 doesn't even have, and I just had to throw that in there. Now I could continue going down the list of why I made this purchase and why I'm really excited about this camera, but I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there for now. I will say I do have my first gig lined up with it this coming weekend, so it's gonna be a lot of fun using this camera for the first time out in the field. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So that does it for me, guys, but before I go, I wanna know, do you guys have any questions about this camera, about the C70? Because if you do, I would love for you to drop them down in the comments below, and maybe I'll make a video answering those questions here pretty soon. But until then, if you guys enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate a like. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. My name is Tristan Irvin and I make videos weekly. Also hit that bell notification so when I do upload a video, you get notified. Follow me on social media, and I will see you guys in the next video. I think I'm gonna compare this camera to the R6, but we'll see. Later, guys. Peace. Look at the size of the Weeble S. Look at the size of the C70. I'm definitely going to be buying a new gimbal soon. I went ahead and mounted the microphone holder and the top handle to it. So I got to figure out how to build a rig to mount all of this plus my Atomos Ninja 5. So if you guys have any tips, feel free to let me know.